Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to respond to the discussion which have happened on the four bills which we laid. The four bills relate to the second and final supplementary demand for grants 2024-25, excess demand for grants 21-22 of the Union Government, budget of Manipur 25-26, and supplementary demand for grants 24-25 of Manipur. So I think more than 20 honorable members have spoken. I was a bit disappointed, sir, if you will allow me to say it, that the discussion was more on the situation and also the political viewpoints on Manipur, which is a very important, very, very sensitive, much needed to hear that, but less on the budget, both of the supplementary demands for grants and also on the Manipur budget itself. However, sir, I will give a broad picture of the budget the four bills say, and also respond to some of the questions and worries which the honorable members have raised both on Manipur and the general budget. Sir, this final supplementary demand for grants is the second. Although we are allowed to come up with up to three supplementary demands, we have chosen to have only two supplementary demands, and hence the second is the final supplementary for this year. It has 52 demands.
Honorable Finance, it is always a pleasure to listen to you, but for few days I am subject to certain medical prescriptions.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I did have a word of message conveyed to you, but I welcome you and my prayers that your health is good and recovery is fast. Deputy Chairman, sir, I commenced my response with stating what the four bills which are before us, and I will try to respond. First of all, let me talk on the contents of the budget, sir. Sir, it has 52 demands and 3 appropriations. I take a minute to explain about the elements of the supplementary demand. There is a technical supplementary which the supplementary demand for grants includes. It is required for using savings from one section. It is more as a matter of information for the House. It is required for using savings from one section to another section within the given or between grants, and also when additional expenditure is matched by concurrent receipts or recoveries. For example, the technical supplementary of 750 crores, which is being sought for transfer to Senior Citizens Welfare Fund in the DEA demand. So it is only a transfer within. The token supplementary, on the other hand, it is a provision, sir, of 1 lakh of rupees made to seek prior approval of Parliament on specific items attracting the financial limits of the new service or new instrument of service. It enables the department to reappropriate resources within the same section of the grant. So they can just be 1 lakh rupees made as a grant, which is a token supplementary. Later on, more can be added, but we create that window by providing that 1 lakh. And for instance, in that token supplementary, sir, a token supplementary is being made sought for education, school education, to meet additional expenditure under the grants for creation of capital assets in the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan from savings within the same section of the grant. So that is a new instrument which is coming in, new scheme or new idea for creation of capital assets. So you would have created the token and then it will get expanded. Finally, sir, there is a cash supplementary which we explain, and the cash supplementary entails cash outgo. It increases the BE of the year by an equivalent amount when provided. It is given when adequate savings are not available to meet the additional fund requirements through reappropriation. For example, the cash supplementary in this particular supplementary demand for grants of 2,500 crore is being sought for urea and P&K subsidy this year. So that is a cash supplementary. So a token, a cash, or a technical are the three headings under which we come for appropriation-based approval. So that is what is explained, sir. The net cash outgo or cash supplementary is 51,463 crores in this budget. Technical supplementary is 6,27,045 crore, and unusually a big amount. Normally you don't have this kind of a large technical supplementary, but this is being matched by savings from different sections and the same grant or among the same grants, and therefore it doesn't recover newer payments. Token supplementary is only 0.67 crores, 67 lakhs. So I just want to highlight that, and also to say we are also in this batch of supplementary demands for grants provides for recoupment of contingency fund advance of 19,765 crores. So even a recoupment is mentioned here. Now, as I was saying earlier, the cash supplementary pertains largely to the fertilizers, oil and industry development fund, that is OIDF, 11,600 crores. This is a transfer from Consolidated Fund of India to the OIDF, maintained in public account. There's also the urea, the P&K fertilizer subsidy of 2,500 crores. The other is related to additional allowance being made of 2,186 crore for the PM Kisan. This is an additional amount being provided over and above the budget supplement for the current year itself. I'm not getting into the technical supplementary, sir, which is already very much in detail explained in the budget document itself. So the excess demand for the year 21-22 amounts to 1,291 crores. Again, that year's excess demand goes towards Department of Fertilizers and Pension, that is a civil pension, and two appropriations, namely for Defence Ministry Civil, which is a charge section, and Ministry of Railways, which is again a charge section. So now I come to the Manipur budget and also the Manipur supplementary demands. I first deal with the supplementary demand for Manipur, sir. This supplementary demand, sir, is for 1,861 crore, covers 20 demands and one appropriation. 948 crore rupees supplementary is being sought for revenue expenditure itself. These include, and very importantly, interest payment and debt services, additional requirement of pay and allowances, relief measures and security expenditure on account of law and order situation, and taking over the DISCOM losses for the state. So that is one heading, sir. 913 crores supplementary is being sought for capital expenditure also. We gave the revenue expenditure and the items under it. Now the capital expenditure. I'd like to say that for Manipur, we have already given the special assistance for state capital investment, which is a 50-year interest fee, which all states get. But however, because of the disturbance and the administration being focused on that, last 2 years, they hadn't claimed anything under the 50-year interest free. Manipur needed it. So 913 crores are being given under the special assistance for states' capital investment. That is for 24-25, sir, the current running year. Other than this, Manipur as a state had never had contingency fund created for itself, which is very important, and most states create and have contingency fund arrangement because that helps them to meet with emergent situations. So we have created now a contingency fund for Manipur with 500 crores being given to them. So that is about the supplementary demand for 24-25 Manipur budget, sir. But the forthcoming year, 25-26 budget is also presented here. And I would like to remind honorable members, particularly member Sushmita Dev, because of her concern about Manipur and its requirement for funds, given the situation they are in, she had said, why are you not announcing a package? I would like to tell her, honorable member, through you, sir, that this is a vote on account budget for Manipur. We are presenting a vote on account for 6 months so that the government runs, its immediate emerging expenditure can be taken care of, and the government, when it comes into place, will obviously make provision for whatever they want, and that is the budget, which is the year-long budget. So this is a budget vote on account for 6 months, and this is for 17,947 crores. The total receipts which are projected is 35,368 crores. Revenue receipts are estimated to be 27,231 crores. Sir, the state's own tax is 2,634 crore rupees as receipts, and non-tax is 400 crore respectively. So at this stage, sir, we are looking at giving all the assistance which I've committed. I said this in Lok Sabha, I'm repeating it here. We extend the fullest support from Ministry of Finance so that the recovery of Manipur will be sooner rather than later, and we have absolutely extended all assistance, and in the meanwhile making sure the public finance and the fiscal situation of Manipur is well assessed. Central government will be fully of support to the state. So other than that, there are, I'm going by individual observations made by honorable members, trying to respond to them. Again, commencing from Manipur budget and Manipur law and order issues, several members have spoken. Member Honorable Shakti Singh Gohil, Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharjee, Sushmita Dev, Sanjay Singh, Sulata Dev, Manoj Kumar Jha, Mr. P. Wilson, Vaiko, Santosh Kumar, all of them have spoken about it. So I will broadly explain the context, sir. I want to understand, equally state some facts before the House. Sir, Manipur is a border state. Manipur, at least all of us know, since some decades, has gone through quite a crisis, and every time there is a recovery, it goes back to some other situation. So every government has handled it with that sensitivity. I am not differentiating between this government or that government. There have been situations much, much more in terms of human loss, more in terms of asset loss and so on. So when we speak about the state, I will say that every voice which has been voiced in this House has the same sensitivity as much as all of us have. There is no way any one of us will be doing any help to Manipur by pointing a finger at one another. But even with that said, I will definitely try to remind some passionate voices which speak as if everything was calm and never has there been a situation like this ever before in Manipur. Sir, in 1990s, I've heard quite a few members speak about, double engine Sarkar, center be BJP, state be BJP. There have been double engine Sarkar of Congress earlier. Center be Congress, Manipur be Congress. And what kind of agitations and loss of life have happened? So your double engine did not do anything. In fact, it worsened the situation, if I have to get into that kind of a talk. We are, all of us here, committed to get that state back to some normalcy, and we want that state to grow and prosper as much as any other state. There cannot be, even for a moment, a mockery of kind of things that we want to state when that state is suffering, and all of us will have to be working towards.
Please take your seat, Mr. Gokhale. Nothing is going on record. Please take your seat. Madam, take your seat. Please, nothing is
Sir.
going on record. Take your seat.
I will not get distracted by the TMC. Now I take the name.
सिर्फ
The TMC technique of shouting members down.
सुष्मिता जी, please.
Every
I am not
time
allowed.
somebody
I
tries
am
to
not
answer
allowed.
the points that they
Mr.
raise,
Gokhale, I am
they
not allowed
shout
to
them
you.
down.
Please take your seat.
That kind of a thing will not work in this house. I'm sorry to say this, sir. We are trying to answer the questions that have been raised here. Then there is no need to shout me down here. I will continue my answer.
Please, please.
Sir, to 1990s, डबल इंजन कांग्रेस के सरकार, डबल इंजन कांग्रेस सरकार के समय, how many people died? I want to say, why in 1990s the then Prime Minister did not visit, the then Home Minister did not visit? I would like to ask that question as much as.
Please take your seats. I am not allowed
Sir, this
to
is
put in question.
this tactics.
Nothing is going on record.
I'm now
Sushmita ji,
saying
please.
the name, sir. This tactics of Trinamool Congress to shout down ministers when they speak will not be allowed. Will not be entertained. We are giving answers. We are giving answers. You should have the strength of your conviction to hear the answers here.
Please listen the answers, please.
I'm coming point by point for every one of the questions that they've raised. If they don't have the conviction to sit and listen it, they can choose whatever they want. But it is not appropriate to shout a minister down when they are answering your questions. Have the patience. Sir, I will remind you, sir, in 2002-2017, 2002 to 2017, Manipur had a Congress government. There was central government till 2014 run by the Congress party. Manipur witnessed 628 months. Sir, Honorable Member Sushmita Dev, Honorable Member, has reasons to be worried about Manipur, she said, and I agree. She comes from an area which is close to Manipur and she knows so much about what's happening there. She raised a lot of questions. I am trying to answer each one of them. If it is an attempt to shut me down, it means that her allegations are not right. If she's got the strength of her conviction, she should hear my answers. And after that, I will sit down, welcome, if you permit her, to ask any number of questions more. But what's the point in shouting me down if there are other members who can also benefit from the answer that I'm giving? She's raised valid questions. I want to answer them. No, they've run out. That's because their tactics is always, don't allow a minister to answer, do all your mudslinging, go away. I know they are watching on the television. Sir, 2000, sorry? I'm giving you the answer. I'm giving answer. To their chief minister they have to register that they protested. But this house is not the street of Bengal. Not any street of Kolkata. Order prevails. You run the house per the rule and we obey the rule. It's not, any street in Kolkata where they can scream, shout, pelt stones and run away. Sir, between that time when Congress was ruling in center and in Manipur, 628 burns had happened. Several blockades had happened during the 15 years then, and also cost huge loss. The state exchequer had lost nearly 2,828 crore. It was assessed. 2,828 crore was lost during that period. Sir, and the worst economic blockade had happened at that time. And it occurred in 2011, lasting over 120 days. Causing severe shortages. Petrol price was 200 rupees per litre. LPG cylinder cost 2,000 rupees per cylinder. Petrol price is 200 per litre and LPG cylinder 2,000 per cylinder. So, what is the current situation, sir? The current situation when this problem started? Union Minister, Home Minister, visited the state and went one camp after another camp belonging to different communities, spent 4 days in Manipur. Home Minister of India. At the time when it was really peaking with the problem, he went, spent camp after camp. Sorry?
Please. Please take your seat.
The question is,
Let-
this sort of communal violence is unique in Manipur, which was there.
Thank you.
No,
Please
before,
take
I'm
it.
reading out loud before. Sir, interestingly, sir, I'm sure the honorable members will know, honorable member is from CPM. So, yeah, I would like to say it again. No doubt in my mind about it. But I'm sure you don't have a doubt yourself. Honorable member is from CPM, sir. West Bengal saw the worst riots ever in history under the CPM rule. Tripura suffered under the CPM rule. Kerala is not able to recover because of the horrible policy of industrialization that they had. To the extent, sir,
Please,
to the extent,
please.
sir, Santosh Kumar ji, please sit down.
Please take your seat.
To the extent, sir, today
Only Madam
Kerala's
Finance Minister
minister
Bharatiya Janata
gives an
concept.
interview in the papers saying Loku Kuli is not there anymore in Kerala. Can I say what that Loku Kuli was, sir? Loku Kuli is a place where Loku Kuli happens when workers are all sitting together looking if there can be some work. You and me or anybody going to Kerala get off the bus. On the top. Yes, I will talk.
Please sit.
Because you came up with a lot of things.
Let her reply. Please take your seat. Please.
Sir,
No, please take your seat.
you get off the bus, sir. Honorable members will find this interesting. Nowhere else you will find it. From the bus, you have to remove your luggage. People are sitting on the ground. You will say, hey, please help me. Kitna dena hai? You will say some coolie and then you will have to bring the luggage down. Assume he has to be paid 50 rupees. You will actually have to pay 50 plus another 50. You will ask why? The other 50 is Noku Kuli. What is Noku in the Malayalam, sir? Noku means look. Meaning, I will be sitting and watching here. I may be a CPM card holder. I'll be sitting and watching and the person, actual Kuli brings the luggage down, he gets 50 rupees. But for me, being a card holder member, watching that act itself, I need to get 50 rupees. That is Noku Kuli for you, sir. So, it is that kind of communism that has killed industry in Kerala, that kind of communism which has killed industry in Bengal, that kind of industry. Santosh Kumar, listen to me.
No permission from the chair.
Sir, with your permission, sir.
Yes,
With
I
your
am not given
permission, sir.
permission to do.
I want to say, if he is trying to tell me that no such a practice exists, 2 days ago, Honorable Chief Minister, I think, gave an interview. Kerala Chief Minister, I think, gave an interview in which he says there is no Noku Kuli nowadays, which means it was there before. Am I bluffing? Come on, Santosh ji. It's all right. You're doing all right. Don't deny what I'm saying. I'm also from that region. I may not be from any particular city in Kerala, sir. Therefore, I want to say, Home Minister went to to Manipur, spent 4 days moving from one camp to another of affected people belonging to all communities, irrespective of communities. That happened under Prime Minister Modi. Home Minister Amit Shah went there. The number of times since 1990 till 2014 when Congress was ruling in center and Congress was in power, double engine Congress, not a minister went when there was this 162 days of blockade, 120 days of blockade. Tell me which minister went? No one went. But today, they will mock your double engine. Of course, double engine. That's why the Home Minister went. That's why Nityananda Roy was there for more than 23 days. MOS Home was there for 23 days. So don't please compare how you handle Manipur and how this government is handling Manipur. We have greater sensitivity. We care for Manipur and every state of this country. Nowhere do we, stay back. Prime Minister himself went to Wayanad. Prime Minister himself went to Wayanad, hasn't he? Therefore, we should not speak as though we treated it better and you are not, whereas we are handling that legacy of 60 years of mishandling of states. And that is why the problems are so compounded today. It wasn't like this before. He went to Wayanad or not? Of course, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't agree to it.
Please, Santosh. Please.
You are putting words in my mouth. You are putting words into my mouth, Santosh Kumar. I said he also went to Kerala. Don't you try that communist tactic on me. Put your words into my mouth. I will not take it. No, you don't give me the tactics. Sir, so the special assistance scheme, again, the same culture has been inherited by TMC, sir. Shout people down. That's communist. TMC has inherited it. That's it. Sir, contingency fund have been created for 500 crores and that will help the state so that if there is emergency, they can handle it. Sir, in 1993, Rajkumar Dorendra Singh of the Congress was the Chief Minister of Manipur. A major flare-up happened between Kukis and Nagas between April and December 1993. 750 deaths unfortunately happened at that time. And 350 villages were completely burned down. A grave situation. Neither did the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao nor the Home Minister Shankar Rao Chauhan went to Manipur. And these are the people now questioning when both the Home Minister is gone, MOS is gone, we are trying to quickly recover the state. So, I'm sorry to say, sir, and even in the debate here, the Home Minister came and gave a statement. No, what kind of noise was created? Saying Prime Minister replied. Prime Minister took it as a part of his reply when he replied in the House. No, you wouldn't want to hear him like the way they do now. They all came to the well, shouted the Prime Minister down so that they don't hear him. But Prime Minister is made of a different stuff. He continued answering and spoke about how he's handling Manipur and did not relent. So on Manipur, I would submit to the House, go into the detail of what work is happening, how restoration is happening. It is our Manipur, your Manipur, all our Manipur. Deal with it with a sense of ownership. Rather than saying, you doing that, it doesn't work. It's a very sensitive issue and all of us will have to support one another so that we give a proper support to that state. Even 97, 98, Prime Minister I.K. Gujral, even at that time there was a major clash. 350 lives were lost at that time also. Even I.K. Gujral ji did not go to Manipur. So I want to have questions asked of the opposition members to contemplate, to introspect, and then stand up and speak. I'm here to hear it. All of us are here to hear it. Just don't throw mud and run away. But throw mud if you think you want to. But stand here to equally face the music.
So no.
Sir? Please listen. Okay. Because you're from Kerala now. You're from Kerala, right? So, Manipur law and order, sir, I want to please put it on record and also inform the ministers and the members of parliament as to what steps that we are taking to restore normalcy. Both of the center and state collective efforts have been put so that there will be improvement in the law and order. Except for some sporadic incidents in the fringe areas and the unfortunate incident of 8th March 2025 in Kangpokpi, there has been a decreasing trend in cases of death, injuries, arson, firing incidents and protests. Currently, there are 286 companies of CAPF and 137 columns of Army and Assam Rifles. Both are deployed along with the state police to maintain law and order in the state. Recovery of arms and ammunition looted are being recovered and it is underway. Public notice by the Honorable Governor on 20th February 2025 the recovery has also seen an increase. Steps are also being taken to ensure free movement along the national highways. Convoy movement carrying essential commodities are continuing to ensure availability of essential commodities in the state. Helicopter service has resumed so that most district headquarters are connected for ease of travel for the public. Various measures have been taken up for the persons displaced in the violence, which is very important, sir. About 60,000 persons are currently residing in relief camps. About 7,000 persons have returned to their homes. About 400 crores of rupees have been provided under the MHA special package for relief camp operations and support to those affected in this lawlessness, riot and everything else. More support will also be provided. Under PM Awas Yojana Gramin, 7,000 houses have been approved recently to provide for housing to those who are displaced. Various other support have also been given to those relief camps, such as healthcare, including mental health support, skill and livelihood training, and also education. Engagement with the civil society is underway from the level of the governor down to the level of the district administration. There is a clear step towards bringing peace in the state. Pending issues of the public are also being resolved quickly on a top priority mode. Sir, centrally sponsored schemes, priority is being given to clear up all the dues and nothing is kept pending at all. Major and critical projects are monitored and reviewed regularly for timely completion, including tying up of required funds for national highway projects, railway projects, civil secretariat, Chura Chandpur Medical College, Manipur water supply project, triple IT at Mayangkang, and government residential accommodation is also being provided. I've given the pictures of revenue expenditure and also about the capital expenditure that we're giving through special assistance. Sir. There was concern expressed on the GSDP being stagnant. The unrest has led to reduction in economic activity. There's no denying that. With improvement in law and order and consequent improvement in economic activity, I expect the GSDP to show some recovery this year onwards. So I've already told about the amount that we've given for relief and rehabilitation. Temporary shelter, 15 crores, 15 crores have been given. This is the final installment payment with additional funds for extra works which are being provided. Permanent housing gets 30 crores. This is provided for works already taken up. And in addition to that, we are providing the 7,000 PMAY Gramin, which has been approved already. Relief operations for that, 100 crores have been given. Special, that is specifically shown also under the new demand for 25-26. And for internally displaced persons, requirements in the relief camp are itemized and being serviced. So for the relief under the natural disasters, 200 crore is being put under the NDRF allocation. 68 crore is allocated under the SDRF and for mitigation purposes also as per the recommendation of the 15th Finance Commission. So that was on Manipur, sir. Honorable Member Shakti Singh Gohil and also Member Girirajan from DMK raised questions about fiscal consolidation at the cost of cutting public spending. They said better financial discipline is required. Manrega is not being released. I want to take a minute to explain this, sir. Union budget, sir, total expenditure is 50.65 lakh crores, which is higher by about 2.44 lakh crores and 3.49 lakh crores compared to 24-25 and 24-25 RE. First number being BE related and the second being RE related. So the capital expenditure target itself is 11.21 lakh crores. The effective capital expenditure actually is only 15.48 lakh crore, not 11, because you're looking at the actual money being given to states which are actual for asset building They may count as revenue for me, but for the states it will be capital expenditures. So effective capital expenditures 15.48 lakh crores. But all this is being done without any reduction in social welfare measures. The social welfare budgets are from 56,501 crore in 24-25 has in 25-26 gone to 60,052 crores. So it's actually increased. We are not doing any fiscal consolidation by cutting down on social welfare. Education has gone up from 1.26 crore in 24-25 to 1.29 lakh crores for 25-26. Health has gone up from 89,287 crore to 98,311 crore in the BE of 25-26. So there is no reduction in the social sector spending. I also want to draw the attention of honorable members to the statement 4AA, which has been given in Annexure C for me, for my reference, and in the budget documents. It is provided as a separate document. I want to highlight the fact, and I will request the honorable members to take a look at that statement. It comes as a part of the expenditure profile. Shows how unspent balances are lying with the states, which are more than 1 lakh crore as on 31st December 2024. And they are for various centrally sponsored schemes. So our money has already gone there. It's lying unutilized, 1 lakh crore. Now, we also borrow money and then send it for the schemes. They should be utilized appropriately and speedily. Sir, on the question of Bengal funds not being released, honorable members don't seem to be here. Probably they don't want an answer from me because they know that even the CAG has pointed out on how many inappropriate actions have happened. Many of the bogus ghost accounts have been given money to, and when the realization had to happen from those ghost accounts, the state government chose to pay that amount which has actually got to be realized from the ghost accounts. They gave that money itself from their own state's treasury. So one, first of all, you give the money for non-existing individual. Two, when that has to be recovered as per the orders of CAG, you again give from the taxpayers' money to saying, no, I've recovered, take it. You have not recovered from people for whom it went, who were not deserving of it, or probably people who don't even exist. Whereas for that, to make up that, you again take it from the taxpayers' money. Such blatant misuse have happened, and therefore, about Bengal screaming and shouting at me, I can understand the anxiety, but they should follow the rules laid down and be transparent in the ways in which they use the money. Sir, there are two matters which I bring in which were not probably discussed so much in this house, sir, but related to the economy. There's a lot of discussion about household debt has increased, and what is the government doing about it? Your policies are not working. I want to highlight, sir, this is a very appropriate forum. I want the honorable members to know that one of the long-term impacts of COVID has affected the nature of work itself. People have either chosen to work from home or they don't want to work full-time. So I want to understand, I want to lay before this House, one, the factors of production are being reset. The industry is also looking at using robotics, industry is also looking at Web3 driven production, and therefore there is definitely a lot of churn. There was this feeling that compensation for employees is not going up. I'd like to highlight the national account statistics. Compensation of employees at current prices achieved a compound average growth rate of 11.1% during 14-15 to 22-23. So the first 10 years of Prime Minister Modi's rule, you had the wages going up 11.1%. And that is the data given. Now this is up to 22-23, which is inclusive of the COVID years as well. So post-COVID as well, increase has happened. However, I would also like to say that India's household debt is relatively low compared to the other emerging market economies, as well as some developed countries. Sir, except for Brazil, where it is 35%, ours being, higher than them at 39%. So, household debt, loans and debt securities as a percentage of GDP for India is 39, whereas for Brazil it is 35. But all other countries which are comparable with us, say Malaysia 69%, Greece 42%, Canada 102%, Hong Kong 93%, Australia 110%, Israel 42%, France 63%. So household debt, if people are talking about it as though India's is high because the way in which we handled COVID, I'm sorry, they are wrong. Our household debt to GDP is far lower compared to our peer group and compared to some of the advanced economies. So the stock of financial liabilities of the household as a percentage of GDP has increased from 38% in March 2023 to 40.2% in March 2024, which is Reserve Bank of India numbers. Stock of financial assets of households as a percentage of GDP increased from 103.5% in March 23 to 108.3% in March 2024, given by the Reserve Bank of India. So I want to put before this Honorable House India and its asset and liability figures are very much better than very many of our comparable emerging market economies and even some of the developed economies. Outside again, sir, discussion on inequality prevailing in India. I just want to highlight the fact consumption inequality in rural and urban areas has declined significantly, as reflected by the significant improvement in the Gini coefficient, which is a key measure of income inequality, sir. I'm stating the number for 2011-12, 22-23, and 23-24 in that order. For rural areas, sir, in 2011-12, it was 0.283, whereas today it is 0.237 only, which means the situation is improving, it's bettering, rather than widening. The inequality is not widening. In urban areas, sir, it was 0.363 in 2011-12. In 22-23, it improved to 0.314, whereas now in 23-24, for which the data is last available, it is 0.284. Drastic change, improvement in the inequality index. So the inequality is not widening, it is only narrowing. So I want that to be laid in the House, sir. Approximately 25 crore people escaped multi-dimensional poverty in the last 9 years. This is due to the significant initiatives that the government has taken up, and this data has come from Niti Aayog. Sir, more important, one of the data which is important for talking about inequality in that debate, a paper which has been put out and which has been remarkably, I was surprised, written in The Economist magazine, says that inequality declined over the last decade. First time since 1990s in India, inequality has declined in the last decade. This has come out through that article in Economist, which draws on the paper written after extensive research by Dr. Surjit Balla and Karan Basin. It also says, sir, the Economist also says, poverty has declined across all possible poverty lines. The Economist doesn't write about our government in favorable terms, but you have them saying this means it is in your face. You cannot deny it. Third, sir, extreme poverty has been eliminated. That's what it says. In India, under Prime Minister Modi, extreme poverty has been eliminated. Poverty at 15% for World Bank's higher poverty line of $3.2 PPP, down from 52% in 2011-12, sir. So from 52% in 2011-12, it's come down to 15%. So on the inequality debate, I honorably request all the honorable members that the data that we are giving you here, please go through it. And then, of course, we have all ears to listen to your comments. But without the data, please, let us have a considered debate. So there was also this noise about how India's Make in India is failing. In fact, Honorable Member Jairam Ramesh had tweeted about it. He's incidentally gone in. But I would like to respond to him. Make in India has not failed at all. On the contrary, it has given a great momentum for manufacturing in India. India's manufacturing sector has faced significant challenges due to externalities rather than due to anything to do with India. We have taken short-term and long-term measures. Honorable Prime Minister Modi has prioritized national interest in economic policy making. He has spoken about it even yesterday in a podcast, which is being received all over the world, for extensive and comprehensive viewpoint on how this government deals with very many issues. India's own domestic growth, India's cultural rootedness, India's foreign policy. He has given extensively his thoughts on all these subjects. So has he prioritized national interest in economic policy making also. In order to curb dumping of goods into this country, sir, several measures has been taken up. Anti-dumping duties have been imposed. Strengthening of our trade defense mechanism have been taken up. I want to highlight how Atmanirbhar Bharat and related policies have brought in defense sector today to become an exporter, net exporter. They are able to earn more than 30,000 crores. And as a result, you see what Make in India has achieved for defense production in this country. And I see enthusiastic, I'm sorry to say, Congress members taking vicarious pleasure in saying, oh, Make in India is dead, RIP Make in India. Make in India made defense to become net exporter and earn 30,000 crores. Don't be too quick. And above all, Congress has had absolutely a hypocritical approach to Make in India. They had remained in power from 2004 till 2011 when they came up with the national manufacturing policy. 2014, of course, they went away. It took them 7 long years just to make a policy rather than implement it. Now, that national monetary manufacturing policy was there, which said 25% we'll achieve in manufacturing contribution to GDP. They said that. But before even moving that paper, people send them out. So when Prime Minister Modi in 2014 brings Make in India, the kind of statements which have been made by Congress members. One eminent member at that time said, the objective of Make in India plan to attract investment and technology and promotion of exports cannot be part of a partisan narrative. Do you want manufacturing to grow in this country or not? And having brought out this national manufacturing policy, they also said, being, hypocritical or confused, they said when Make in India was announced, Make in India is just a revamped version of national manufacturing policy. And you claim that Make in India isn't working. You claim that Make in India isn't working. Doesn't that mean that national manufacturing policy itself was flawed? Are you suggesting that? It is your policy. But it remained a policy, it didn't find an action ground. And when we make it an actionable policy, we bring in Make in India, we want to bring in several steps towards improving it. They have this problem of either not knowing whether they should accept it, not knowing whether they should reject it, because it also has their own national manufacturing policy into it. They claim 25% of contribution, manufacturing will reach 25% to the GDP level. No, they didn't move an inch. Whereas Make in India today is showing how, for example, in the defense industry, we are able to export. And also, I would want to highlight, sir, the national manufacturing policy guided them to set up national investment and manufacturing zones in several parts of the country. They're called NIMS in the short. NIMS also remained where they were. They were in far-flung areas, no railway station next to it, no port. They were on patronage basis. And not until when Prime Minister Modi brings PM Gati Shakti, when all this gets integrated into that, when a scheme of things are understood as to does it have a port next to it, does it have a railway station next to it, is a coal mining area or a raw material supply area next to it, bring all that together and do something to improve logistics there. It is only after that PM Gati Shakti has NIMS found the light of the day. Otherwise, they were desolate and isolated places all over the country with no semblance of any making in India. Of course, manufacturing was just a policy for them. There was no more implementation on it. Similarly, sir, they also had a lot of quick fix FTAs, which killed actually many of our manufacturing. Today, Commerce Minister is struggling to have those FTAs hurriedly done during their period, reviewed, because countries have realized it was so loosely worded, it had so many things which was ready giveaways for our partner countries, which is good. You want to give them market access for many of the things. But we didn't get equally anything for ourselves. So the Commerce Ministry today is sitting and asking those countries to review the FTA signed during UPA policy time. So that hurried rushing into FTA, hurried bringing into some kind of a context, manufacturing policy, has not delivered. On the contrary, has hurt us. Believe in Make in India. It is giving you results. I've already quoted how defense exports are flourishing under Make in India. Of course, everybody called during UPA time their growth as jobless growth, which is right. 69, the report of the Standing Committee on Finance itself said that. Sir, but I would like to highlight the fact that Make in India has actually given us good result. We took step after step after step to strengthen the manufacturing in this country. Corporate tax rate was brought down to 15% for new capacities in February 2019. Production-linked incentives have been given for critical key starting materials, KPI, drug intermediaries, and active pharmaceutical ingredient manufacturers. Manufacturing of medical devices have happened. Automobiles and auto components get PLI. Pharmaceutical drugs get PLI. Specialty steel gets PLI. Telecom network products, electronic technology products, white goods, ACs and LEDs, food products, textile products, MMF segment of technical textiles, high efficiency solar PV modules, advanced chemistry cells, and drones and drone components all get PLI. I just want to highlight one data point, sir. I'm not just listing PLIs. Some of the most notable achievements of PLI schemes are attracted investments exceeding 1.5 lakh crores. Because of PLI, 1.5 lakh crores have come into this country. Employment generation has happened to the extent of 9.5 lakh people. It has also led to exports surpassing 4 lakh crores. Electronics, pharmaceutical and food processing sector are also contributing to the export. 99.2% of mobile phones now sold in the country are made in India. 325 to 330 million mobile phones are being manufactured in India every year. Mobile phone exports reached $15.6 billion in 23-24 from 0.2 billion in 2014-15. Significant reduction in the import of raw materials in the pharma sector, thanks to PLI. Considerable improvement in domestic sourcing of raw materials in food processing, again because of PLI. Telecom equipment manufacturing surpassed 50,000 crores in sales under the production-linked incentive scheme. The automobile sector also got a considerable boost, with the PLI directly generating sales worth 2.25 lakh crores and creating 1.5 lakh jobs in that sector. So I would request our Congress members, when they talk about Make in India, thinking that they can sing a requiem, I'm sorry, no, it is live, kicking, flourishing and making our economy absolutely stronger for it. So last one point I would like to highlight. As a result of this concerted effort, sir, our domestic defense production, about which I spoke, reached 1.27 lakh crores, marking a record high with an impressive increase approximately of 174% from 46,429 crores, which it was in 2014-15. So defense is a classic example. In that, I will just put one example forward, sir. You are from Bihar. It's a very good example to show how every state of India is contributing for Make in India. Made in Bihar boots are now part of the Russian army's equipment. So Bihar is contributing for manufacturing, and boots manufactured there are going for our Russian army as well. So number of companies have also increased, which have registered. 13% increased in the number of establishments has been witnessed. Employment marked over 10% rise. Manufacturing sector reported the highest wage growth of 16%. Sir, without elaborating more, I know honorable members are waiting for a long time. Lunch hour, you may run the house even during lunch, but I don't want to take more of your time. But I thank every one of the members who've spoken on the 4 bills which are before this house for consideration and returning to the Lok Sabha. Thank you.
Thank you.